Good morning. Welcome back to Answers on Eschatology. My name is Dery, and I'm the president of the Institute of Fulfilled Eschatology. Hey, this morning I want to introduce my brand new book, The Meaning Behind the Manner, A Covenant Understanding of the Ascension of Christ. Now, this has been available on Amazon for at least a couple months, but I've just put this on my website for $5.95 Canadian total. You can get that there at www.reformedeschatology.com. Listen, you will love this little book, The Meaning Behind the Manner, A Covenant Understanding of the Ascension of Christ. And if you know people like I do who use Acts 1, 9-11, the ascension of Jesus, as their go-to proof text for a future to us bodily return of Jesus, a 5'5" Jewish man, you need this book. This book powerfully refutes that false idea and clearly demonstrates that the ascension of Christ not only prophesied a first century return of Jesus, but the covenantal context, the covenantal language and imagery within the very text itself demands his first century covenantal, the return of his covenantal presence concerning a temple, a kingdom, and a priesthood. This is powerful stuff. In my personal opinion, there is no other book out there that covers this detail in the manner, pun intended, that I have covered it here. Let me just read a little bit off the back of the book for you, and then I'll end with that. I'll introduce something that I've got coming up next as well. For much of mainstream Christianity, the ascension of Christ as recorded in Acts 1 has been used to teach a visible bodily return of Jesus at some point in our future. As a result, when discussing the doctrine of the coming of the Lord, in like manner, quote unquote, has become the mantra of the multitudes. Isn't that the truth? In the minds of many, if not most, the emphasis of the ascension has been on the flesh rather than on spirit, and on the carnal rather than on the covenant. This dogmatic presupposition continues to be a gross and tragic oversight. Throughout this book, we demonstrate convincingly that Acts 1, 9-11 in no way supports or emphasizes a future to us bodily return of Jesus, but instead that it powerfully prophesied the return of the covenant presence of Christ within the first century generation. The promise and emphasis of the ascension, and this is what I really dig into in this book, was not that Christ would return as man, but that Christ would return to man through his presence in a new temple, his salvation in a new covenant, and his kingdom within a new people. Join us as we reveal the meaning behind the manner through a covenant understanding of the ascension of Christ. We look at, once again, the covenantal aspects, language, and imagery in the ascension itself that point us to a first century covenantal presence return of Jesus, to glorify a new priesthood, to establish a new temple, and to bring man back into the covenant presence of God through a new covenant. In this book also, the appendix number 2, Don Preston has written that appendix. We've inserted that into this book, and Don makes a powerful connection between the ascension in Acts 1 and Luke 19, where we have the going away and the return of the nobleman. And Don powerfully demonstrates that the ascension was the going away of the nobleman to a far country, and the return, as prophesied in Acts 1, was the return of this nobleman in the lifetime of that generation, just as the parable demands, and just as the imagery and the language of the ascension itself demands. Well, that's it for that. Go to my website again, www.reformedeschatology.com. Grab the book, The Meaning Behind the Manner, and that's for $5.95 Canadian total. The other thing I want to tell you guys is that I will be starting some teachings on the book of Revelation. I don't know if I'm going to turn this into a book, like a commentary style. I will be doing some writings, some videos with this as well, and look for this. I'll be doing installments and posting those to my YouTube channel as well. They'll be on my website as well, so look for that. I've got a bunch of preliminary notes already made, and we're going to dive into the book of Revelation and just, we're going to go with the flow and pull out some good stuff, I pray and hope for you. So that's it. You guys have a fantastic weekend. God bless, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.